feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double sound.
Now I know you have a testimony. Or you are juggling this journey called life while walking in the gifts and talents that God has given you. Even better, you have put pen to paper and have written a book and desire to share it with the world. Well, then you need to be a guest on the award-winning My Journey with Paula G. Our next live taping will take place May 2nd and 3rd, 2020 at the Positive Power 21 Studios in Owings Mills, Maryland. For more information, email jerryvoicelive@gmail.com or paula@paulagvoice.com, and we'll see you in May. Fees do apply.
I get a tingling in my bones when I hear your voice over the phone. Oh, turns me on. Oh, it's a feeling that I never forget. The hair stands up on the back of my neck. Yeah, when I see your text.
Now I know you have a testimony. Or you are juggling this journey called life while walking in the gifts and talents that God has given you. Even better, you have put pen to paper and have written a book and desire to share it with the world. Well, then you need to be a guest on the award-winning My Journey with Paula G. Our next live taping will take place May 2nd and 3rd, 2020 at the Positive Power 21 Studios in Owings Mills, Maryland. For more information, email jerryvoicelive@gmail.com or paula@paulagvoice.com, and we'll see you in May. Fees do apply.
Save me all the do re mi. I don't wanna hear unless you speak. Every word you say is true, and I put all my trust in you and all your sovereignty. Nothing in this world can beat a humble servant who was born a king. And my soul longs to see all of your glory. And my soul can't wait to see all of your glory. You gave me a divine guarantee that one day I would see the totality of everything you are. So I'm not impressed with what this world tries to give me. You are everything, and everything you are. Oh. So save me all the do re mi. I don't want to hear unless you speak. Every word you say is true, and I put all my trust in you and all your sovereignty. Nothing in this world can beat a humble servant who was born a king. And my soul longs to see all of your glory. And my soul can't wait to see all of your glory. You gave me a divine guarantee that one day I would see the totality of everything you are. So I'm not impressed with what this world tries to give me. You are everything, and everything you are. A divine guarantee that one day I would see the totality of everything you are. So I'm not impressed with what this world tries to give me. You are everything, and everything you are. Oh, everything you are. Oh, so save me all the do re mi. I don't want to hear unless you speak. Every word you say is true, and I put all my trust in you.
Action.
Good evening, everyone. This is Lakeisha Mosley, and we are on Late Night with Jerry Royce Live. I have two amazing guests with me today, and they are life coaches, and they have phenomenal stories, and I can't wait for you to hear what they're all about and how they're reaching the world. First, I would like to introduce my guest, Edward Blankenship, and his tag name is...
And I'm Coach 360.
Coach 360. That is a mouthful. I definitely want to ask you what that means in this.
What's up, fam? This is Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, aka the Batman of Charm City, right here on Positive Power, WXI Christian Media, and you can find me on Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. That's right. But we just want to remind you guys, you can check us out 24/7 on Spreaker Radio. Just look for Jerry Royce Live, or go to YouTube. You can find us on Music Vision Television. I know you're getting claustrophobic in your home. That's right. No matter where you go in the house, there's probably somebody there watching TV or listening to their iPhone or whatever, and you just can't find no place alone. Well, just plug in your headphones and listen to us. We have over 7,000 on-demand podcasts just waiting for you. That's right, to lift you up. That's right, we got so many programs, and we just want to say shout out to Kimmy Kim and Nation Radio. So just come and tune in to Positive Power, WXI Christian Media. I got it. Positive Power, WXI Christian Media and Nation Radio, right here. That's right, right here on Spreaker Radio, or go to Spotify and Google any one of your favorite shows. That's right. You got Pep Talk with Free, you got the Keisha Mosley Show, Late Night with Jervis Live and Paula G, and Shay Salmon, and Kelly Holland. Also, you got brand new shows like WKHS, our podcast with Live Jazz Experience. So many shows, just to name a few. So come out and join us and have a great time with us. I'm Jerry Was Live. I'm worldwide. Positive Power, WXI. Feel the power. Can you feel it? Feel it. Feel the power of WXI.
We need your glory. We need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. We need your glory. We need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. Show me your glory. Show me your glory today. We need your glory. We need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. We need your glory, yeah. And we need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. Glory. We need your glory. Show me. Yeah. I can't make it without you. No. Lord, I want your glory. Lord, I need your power. You're so amazing. Yeah. I can't make it without you. I gotta have your power. I need your presence. Fill this place. 'Cause we need you. Can't make it without you. Yeah.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of WXI.
What I wish for is that we live more. In the inner city, living ain't so Singapore. Realize we hypnotized by the Discord. We blow money fast. What you think we written for?
Jerry Royce Live production. And Positive Power XXI Original Films presents a short film about domestic violence called DV. In association with Inspirational Treasure, Positive Power XXI Christian Media present a short film displaying the devastation of an intimate and abusive relationship. This film is a mock presentation in a dramatic black and white footage with hot and power music tracks in collaboration with David Bitton and Beyond the Fence and YouTube Studio. Jerry Royce is a Maryland filmmaker and an advocate for human rights, health and wellness, and domestic violence. You can follow Jerry on social media by his handle, Jerry Royce Live. This has been a Jerry Royce Live and Positive Power XXI Promotions. Greetings and thank you for tuning in to My Journey with Paula G. We'd like to thank our underwriters, the Good Actor Studio of Marietta, Georgia, My Coffee Shop at East Lake, Pastor's Time International Bible College, Augusta, Georgia, with Dr. Paul and Marcia Kelly, Creekside Dental Incorporated of Douglasville, Georgia, Lusu Designs with Brandon Sampson of Maryland, Survival Radio Network and Clicks Photography by Clark Garrison, and Positive Power XXI Christian Media and Radio Network with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and tune in again. Embrace the journey with Paula G.
Thank you to LMB Tax Service, underwriters for My Journey with Paula G. LMB Tax Service is the premier company. LMB Tax Service offers information on the tax law changes, the most overlooked deductions, and what to bring to tax preparation. Thinking about setting up a business? LMB Tax Service provides information on the process. Visit LMB Tax Service at lbtaxservice.com for more information and for your tax service needs.
This is a DAB.
La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la, la la la, la la la. I know I'm stuck, but I try. I really need you to get by. Had to swallow my pride. Now your boy's on fire. Back then didn't want me. Now I'm hot all on me. Spirit of God all on me. Ain't got time to be phony. Lift him up just a little bit. MG with another hit. John B all over it. Word of God is my origin. La la la, la la la, la la la. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la, la la la, la la la. Who said the church can't swag it out? Watch your boy spit just a little bit. Preacher come down from the pulpit. This one got God all over it. This song got me pure trembling. Yes, I'm filled with love and adrenaline. Even the angels are shivering. My flow cold, but Christ moving in. Tic-tac-toe, I'm allowing him. X with I-O, and I'm back again. I just reload, let the record spin. I just reload, let the record spin. La, la, la. La, la, la. La, la, la. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La, la, la. La, la, la. La, la, la.
Welcome to My Journey with Paula G, where we juggle this journey called life while walking in the gifts and talents that God has given us. Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you to our underwriters and our supporters for making not only this episode, but all of the episodes of My Journey with Paula G possible. Thank you so much, and thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in. Well, today, I always open the show with a jewel from one of the gems on this journey. And our jewel comes from Mr. Stephen Marshall today. His favorite scripture is Psalm 70. Make haste, O God, to deliver me. Make haste to help me, O Lord. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them be turned backward and put to confusion that desire my hurt. And that is a word of encouragement if you're going through something, if you're going through a difficult time, that God is by your side and He will see you through and He will protect you as well. Well, today I'm excited to have this young lady with me, and you all know I'm a fitness buff. So my sister in fitness here is joining me today. She's a certified group fitness instructor. She's a life coach. She's an entrepreneur. She is Ms. Letitia Baker.
Yeah.
And we welcome you to My Journey with Paula G.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And we are excited to have you. I just love the whole look, the hair, the glasses.
Yes.
I like that kind of classic style a little
Yes,
bit
ma'am.
too.
I
They got a lot of
love
character.
it.
Yeah, they have a lot of character.
Yeah.
You know, the 60s was
It-
kind of a time period, the cat eye and the clothing, the fashions.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
It's very expressive.
I like that. It's expressive.
Yes.
So speaking of being expressive, you have been on a journey where you have been able to express yourself in three different aspects:
Yes.
the fitness instructor, life coach, and entrepreneur. So let's start with the fitness. How did all of that come about?
After I had my second child, I just was like, I need to do something. Because, after you have children,
Yes.
you feel the weight, not just from the children, but
physical-
the weight, the physical weight, and, mental, emotional, all of that in one. And I was like, I just need to feel good.
Yeah.
So, I started as a runner first. And then I was like, I need to do something to push me over that.
The edge. Yeah.
Yes. So that's when I decided to do fitness. I love lifting weights. I love being in the gym. And I tell people, everybody always say, well, I'm going to church and praise and worship. My worship is at the gym.
At the gym.
Yes.
Your praise and worship is lifting those
Yes.
weights.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. So you had to, of course, become certified, which is
Yes.
no easy task
Yes.
because there's usually a written test.
Yes.
Exam, I should say, because
Yes.
there's a difference between a test and an exam.
Yes.
Written exam, there's probably a physical part of it where you have to demonstrate, that you know how to execute and the exercise and so forth. So there's a process to
Yes.
becoming a fitness instructor / life coach. So as you've been on the journey, I know you have probably trained people from all walks of life. What would you say is a common thread or a common challenge that maybe you have experienced in training individuals? Or is there a common challenge? Is it gender related, age related?
Sometimes it can be the gender. I don't think it's too much with the age thing because fitness is any age.
Yes.
I just think sometimes some can be intimidated. Men may be intimidated by a male instructor, and most
Yes.
men want to work out with me as a woman instructor. So it can be that kind of thing. And then you also have to be careful because some people aren't in it just for fitness. They're in it for
Yes.
something else.
Yes.
But
other
yeah,
aspects, other
that's-
distractions.
So it's a gender thing,
Yeah.
and it's a mental thing too. So we have to break those barriers down as far as those things go.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned mental because a lot of times the getting started is the difficult part. So, and there may be some viewers who have never worked out or maybe had worked out at some point in time and then stopped for a while. What advice can you give them for either starting or re-energizing?
I say take it day by day. Don't set your goals so far in advance that you're already ready to quit
that's a
before
good
you
one.
even get started.
That's a good one.
Because people always say they want a 30-day goal. I'm like, start with today first
Right.
and get that one out the way.
One day at a time.
Yes, and then as you progress, cheer yourself on every go. Today I made it to the gym.
Right.
Or, the next day, I ate healthy today. Just cheer yourself on each step of the way.
And like you said, the short goals. Today, I just made it to the gym, regardless of what you did or didn't do.
Right.
Maybe I want to go to the gym and I want to do 50 push-ups and 25 leg lifts, but you only do 10 leg lifts or 10 push-ups. Celebrate the fact that you
did it.
got there, that you did it. Celebrate that and take those small steps.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that, because that's probably the biggest. We put too much on ourselves.
Yes. And we mentally defeat ourselves before we even get to start.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about Life Coach.
Life coaching is just trying to help those who's been on the same journey.
Okay.
And let them know that they're not alone, and the tools to do so.
Yeah. Tools are important.
Sometimes, you can get into the habit of, nobody knows what I'm going through. Nobody knows how I feel.
Ooh, come on,
and
Tisha.
different things like that.
Yes.
So as a life coach, I'm like, I've been there. I may not be able to tell you how you feel,
Right.
but I can give you tools to work through how you feel and process it and come out on the other side.
And I think that's key, because sometimes, like people say, a lot of times, you haven't been through what I've been through. I like that. You can't tell them how to feel. That's huge.
Yes.
Because then you acknowledge that it is a challenge for them, and you acknowledge that, we don't exactly know what they're going through, but then giving them something to help them through that.
Because we've been taught our emotions are sometimes our enemy.
Yes.
But if we hold them in, that's when they become our enemies.
Ooh.
Sometimes we have to let them, ride it out.
Yeah.
And feel it, but just don't stay there. Right? So that's what a life coach, that's what my purpose as a life coach is.
Yes, because those feelings will ooze out sometimes, and it's not a pretty ooze.
And it'll come out on everybody that's around you.
Yes, that probably have nothing to do,
Yes.
with the source of it. You're also an entrepreneur.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Busy woman.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I have a fitness line that just came out, I want to say 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's called Butterfly Behavior. I love butterflies because it represents growth.
Yes.
No matter what you're doing during life, it represents a sense of growth from one place to the next, whether it be fitness, just a journey overall. It's just a start and a beginning, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I always tell people, when a caterpillar meets the butterfly in the middle, when they're doing a cocoon, sometimes you can't push people into the cocoon phase because they may not be able to come out as a butterfly on the other side.
Preaching now.
So I love butterfly behavior because when you think of fitness, you're starting at a starting point, and then you're trying to become that on the other side. So that's why I started Butterfly Behavior.
Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. Certified group fitness instructor.
Yes.
Life coach.
Yes.
Entrepreneur.
Yes.
So, you've taken these things that you enjoy, you've taken the gifts that God has given you, and you've poured them into these 3 areas.
Yes.
And when we come back on the other side of the break, we want to continue this conversation and talk a little bit about an area that affects a lot of people.
Yes.
And that's domestic violence.
Yes.
And you have very creatively, I think, come up with the way to tie in what you do with it being a certified group fitness instructor, a life coach, and an entrepreneur,
Yes.
and how you've intertwined those areas in order to help those who are dealing with or have dealt with domestic violence.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to hear about that on the flip side. Share your social media with the audience before we go to break.
I am on Instagram. You can follow me on fitness_butterfly, BUDDAFLY. I am on Facebook. My name is Tisha Baker. Nothing too hard. And there you have it.
All right. Okay. Well, we are here when we're talking with Tisha Baker, certified group fitness instructor, life coach, and entrepreneur. And she's going to share with us her vision on how she can help those who are dealing with domestic violence through the threefold journey that she's on. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a few moments. This is My Journey with Paula G.
This is a DAB.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones who will belong, they are weak, but He is strong. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones who will belong, they are weak, but He is strong. I had to take it to the basics, yes, He loves me. Thank you for my mama, she is always there for me. If it wasn't for your love, I don't know where I would be. Lord, you died up on the cross and then you gave me the keys. That's a deer pants for the water longing after thee. You're the reason why I sing, I need you more than anything. Yeah.
Welcome back to My Journey with Paula G, where we juggle this journey called life while walking in the gifts and talents that God has given us. And we are here with Miss Letitia Baker, certified group fitness instructor. She's a life coach and she's an entrepreneur. And prior to the break, she was sharing with us each one of those aspects and how she utilizes her gifts, she utilizes her talents to help others, to encourage others, and to inspire others. And we were talking just a little bit before the break about how domestic violence, she's an advocate for working with those who have experienced or are experiencing domestic violence, and how the three areas that she's been gifted in, how she takes those areas to assist those individuals. So share with us how that unfolds.
I think overall, when you are going through something, you naturally tend to want to find a way, an outlet.
Yes.
And for me, I can say for me, working out was an outlet. And not only was it an outlet, it allowed me to start being mentally, physically, and emotionally, because I was able to let out what I had to let out while I was working out. So it,
A release.
yes,
It's a
so it
release.
allowed me to start transforming, basically, not just my body, but my inside as
Yeah,
well.
mind, body, and spirit,
Yes,
just
yes.
transforming everything.
So I think they all go hand in hand. That's why me and my business partner, we came up with Break Every Chain Fitness. And Break Every Chain Fitness, it has the same vision and purpose as Butterfly Behavior. It's breaking the chains of depression, low self-esteem, all those different things that we as a community have as like a taboo to talk about. And we try to use those things to combat all of those issues that we have going on that are negative, so we can be better ourselves.
Yes.
And we use those tools to help those in domestic violence to, let out frustration. Some still deal with, I'm gonna be honest, low self-esteem. You know, some things I still deal with because of domestic violence, but it makes me feel better knowing I can feel better when I'm healthy. So I incorporate all of that into there. So
Because also the mindset, and correct me if I'm wrong, mindset, it takes a while for one's mindset to change. And without getting too deep, there's I was reading this book, and it talks about your store conscious, how every experience, there's a stored consciousness from that experience. And depending on the experience, sometimes it takes a while to peel back those layers and get to the root of that experience, especially if it's a negative experience, that you uproot that and then begin to heal from there. So, for some, it may be positive affirmations that help that, while you're working out. So it's a combination, things, and it's not an overnight journey. And any of those of you that are dealing with, just be encouraged and know that it's not an overnight journey. It does take time, and be kind to yourself and allow yourself the time to heal and to go through the process.
And while even with personal training or a life coach, when you begin to trust the person that you're working with, you're more able to express how you're feeling, or that's why I liked life coach and personal training or fitness instructor together, because you already have them physically.
Yes.
So what's stopping you from speaking life into them while they're working out? You understand what I'm saying? So you're giving them that extra boost. Oh, you got it. You can do this. Tomorrow's a new day, but take it moment by moment. Just take what you learned here and apply it to tomorrow and keep going.
One step at a time.
Yes, because domestic violence it does, like you said, it's a process. And just like working out, it's a process. So it's a mental process. You have to get into the habit of thinking, I can do this, and be surrounded by people who will positively push
influence you. Yes.
Because you can always hear the people, I told you shouldn't have did that. You was this and you was that. And that'll keep you in a space where you don't want to be. So I'm just, positivity, just
you gotta
love.
Surround you. You got to change your environment, change that energy around you. Talk to us about your, and you touched on it a little bit, but being an entrepreneur and what challenges you face as being an entrepreneur.
Challenges I face, support. That's a big thing, and especially in the town that we are, it's like we get more support from people who don't even know us. We get more support from people who don't even live here.
Yes.
So the support in your local town is like the hardest thing to do. And I wanted to do an entrepreneurship because I have two girls, and I wanted to show them that even though I am the age that I am, I can still keep going. And I've been through what I've been through, but I didn't let it defeat me. So, I want to show them that life doesn't stop after a tragedy. You can keep going and turn it into something else.
And someone once told me that the people that know you the least are the ones that support you the most in these kind of ventures. And I think it's because of familiarity.
Right.
I've known you all my life, and we've been, we went to high school together and all those sorts of things. So then when you step outside of the realm of what I used to know you as, I may not necessarily relate or react to that, because I know the Tisha over here, not the life coach, or even though I've known you all my life, I think it's familiarity that is the reason, as opposed to people who their first impression of you is life coach, or fitness, certified fitness instructor, entrepreneur. So that's always interesting. That's always interesting. But I applaud you for demonstrating to your girls entrepreneurship. Someone once said that we're raised and we're conditioned in this society. We're raised to go to school, to go to college, to get a good job, to work for somebody else.
We're raised to survive, not raised to live.
Yes.
So
yes.
And now we had a discussion the other day: are we surviving? Or are we living?
Living? Yes.
So I think entrepreneurship gives you a door to where you can live versus survive.
Yeah. And so your girls, you're demonstrating entrepreneurship. So that being their norm as they go forward, that's their norm. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not an employee. Which nothing wrong, because we all are employees at one point in time. We got to pay bills, but but yes, I think that it's important to begin to change the mindset of our young people. So they can be self-sufficient and live. And live. Tell us a little bit about your logo. I love the logo.
My logo is actually, we have two. Break Every Chain Fitness represents the breaking of the chains, the two hands breaking the chains of whatever you're going through that's holding you or keeping you bound. Butterfly Behavior represents, it's two muscles flexing. It represents strength, and it comes together and it forms a butterfly. So it forms strength. My business partner name is Andre Boyd, so we combined the two, and we're saying we're building butterflies to break the chains to create a butterfly behavior. So it's a good collaboration. They both have the same vision and mission, and that's wellness overall for people
in general. In general, it's great when you have the collaboration and both of you are on the same page and both of you are working, towards that. And just the wonderful things that can come out of that. And I applaud you for rising above your circumstances and taking the reins and taking the control of your life and getting your life back and walking into those things that God has placed, before you. So thank you so much for sharing. Share with us again your social media and how the audience can stay connected.
My social media is Instagram fitness_butterfly, BUDDAFLY. My business partner is Break Every Chain _fitness if you want to follow him. I'm Tisha Baker on Facebook, and he is Andre Tough on Facebook.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. You've heard it right here. Certified Group Fitness Instructor, Life Coach, Entrepreneur, Tisha Baker. And remember, the greatest conversation, it all starts right here. The greatest conversation you will ever have is the one that takes place in between your ears. What are you speaking to yourself? Is God a part of that conversation? And are you listening to his still small voice? Until next time, embrace the journey.
Good.
All righty. Good job.
Greetings and thank you for tuning in to My Journey with Paula G. We'd like to thank our underwriters, the Good Actor Studio of Marietta, Georgia, my coffee shop at East Lake, Pastors Time International Bible College, Augusta, Georgia, with Dr. Paul and Marcia Kelly, Creekside Dental Incorporated of Douglasville, Georgia, Lusu Designs with Brandon Sampson of Maryland, Survival Radio Network and Clicks Photography by Clark Garrison, and Positive Power XXI Christian Media and Radio Network with Journey Was Live Worldwide. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and tune in again. Embrace the journey with Paula G.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of WXI.
Now I know you have a testimony. Or you are juggling this journey called life while walking in the gifts and talents that God has given you. Even better, you have put pen to paper and have written a book and desire to share it with the world. Well, then you need to be a guest on the award-winning My Journey with Paula G. Our next live taping will take place May 2nd and 3rd, 2020 at the Positive Power 21 Studios in Owings Mills, Maryland. For more information, email jerryvoicelive@gmail.com or paula@paulagvoice.com, and we'll see you in May. Fees do apply.
What's up, family? Welcome to Positive Power XXI, J. Royce Films. I'm Jerry Royce Live, and you're watching The Red Room with Shay Samuels, right here on Music Vision Television. That's right, MVTV-21.com. It's going to be awesome, y'all. So please share this file. It's going to be awesome. You know what's going to be? It's going to be lit.
Hello, I'm Dr. Eric Holmes, the author of The Power of the Sea and Soulful Prayers. That is #1 best-selling. And I am in The Red Room with Shay.
Welcome to The Red Room. I am your host, Shay Samuels, and you are in for a treat, another amazing episode. I want to tell you that every time we have a guest, the show gets better. It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. The topics are brought to life, and I'm excited about interviewing this young lady today, talking with her, going deep and dirty. Yeah. We're going to go down dirty with this topic. Let's do it. We're going to get down and dirty with this topic because it's something that just needs to be talked about. Mm-hmm. But first, before we go into the topic, I would like for her to introduce herself. Miss Ashley Nicole, how are you?
I'm doing good, and it's a pleasure to be here. I am a teacher. I am a leader in my community. I currently work in the Maryland area, and honestly, I love kids. So I'm with them 24/7, nonstop. I don't have children of my own, but I'm a mother to some because they call me mom.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm just saying, like, oh gosh, like, why are you calling me
She's
mom?
like me. She's like a very young mom.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I cherish the fact that they call me mom because they see obviously like a nurturing part of me in you. So I appreciate that.
The one thing I do want to say, and everybody knows that I am like a fashionista when it comes down. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
I absolutely 100%
so
love it. Up to the glasses.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I love it. I love it. I love someone with style. Everybody has their own style.
They do.
But I love when you can just kind of like rock what you want to rock and it all falls in place.
I agree. I feel like sometimes like I dress how I feel.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, let's not do the shoes. Let's do some sneakers today.
No, I think it's and you know, there are kids out there who look at the things that we do and they actually are afraid to do that because we train them that they have to wear shoes with the dress. So a niece of mine, I call her a niece in Christ, but she just went to prom and she had her dress on, but she wanted to wear some Chucks with them.
See, that's
and
so cool.
She's like, I've been wanting to do this since I was 6 years old. She wasn't thinking about the heels.
Right.
So shout out to you.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Shout out to you. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this topic because you were like, okay, this is all over you.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about sin.
Let's do it.
How serious we need to take sin.
Yeah.
We kind of just look it over.
Yeah.
We think it's okay. And especially in this day and time, we're just kind of like, you know, it's okay for me to sin. We're running amok. We're like the children in Egypt just saying, hey, we're going to do what we want to do. We're going to invent our own gods and we're going to serve these gods. And then when things are not working out, it's kind of like, bam.
Yeah.
But some people, you know, they can get away with it.
They sure. Sometimes I question why.
I just hit a button.
What's going on?
I just hit a button. So what do you say about that?
Honestly, like I said, I question it. Sometimes I'm just like, God, why are you allowing, certain things to happen in this life and time? And, people just getting away with it, but God had to bring me back to a scripture where it says that just because he's not doing anything in the moment doesn't mean that he's not recognizing what's happening. And so he's just showing his grace. He's just showing his mercy. He's just showing that he loves us and he's giving us time. But I mean, time is winding up if you think about it, you know. And so I'm just like, okay, God. So, you know, obviously, you know, those that don't do what you tell them to do, they obviously have their day and time where they're going to reap the repercussions. You know, so sometimes you can't, I guess in my mind, you can't really focus on what they're not being, if kind of like, how can I say, in regards to them being in trouble. You know, if that makes any sense. You know, so I'm just like, okay, God, let's just change the perspective, you know, as a daughter, you know, as a child of God, you know, he deals with us differently. You know. So.
Each person he does deal different. He deals with us differently. And so there are some people, you know, you hear of them drinking from a young age and they don't have to suffer anything. Someone, you know, it's like they drink and then somewhere down the line they end up dealing with some type of liver disease. And they're like, I stopped drinking like 5 years ago, you know, or someone who is like a, you know, very, very careful with life, health and all that. And then they kind of get killed in a car accident. And I'm not saying these things are okay. I'm just saying God has a way of doing, and I'm not saying the car accident is God, so I don't want people to take me wrong. But what I'm saying is you just never know. And that's not a God thing. That's just more of a human nature thing. And so it's there's that saying, live your best life. You know, what does our best life look like without sin? That's my question to you.
So here's the thing. So literally in that sense, it's more so of, because for me, I had to learn obedience. I literally had to learn how to hear the voice of God at a young age because, you know, nowadays, especially for people that are young, you know, they kind of feel like that YOLO lifestyle kind of thing. And they feel like because they're not being reprimanded or getting caught right then and there, like it's okay to just live and do what they want. But for me, because I knew that I was set apart, that I had to kind of rearrange my friends, rearrange my atmosphere, rearrange like how I viewed myself. And so that was really a struggle in regards of me trying to understand who I was identity-wise. And so I understand. I get it now, you know?
So I want to go back. I don't know why, but I want to go back where it all started for you. Because I believe your testimony might bless, it will, not might, it will bless somebody. So take us back when you first knew that you were set apart.
Well, my mom always told me that I was peculiar. She always told me that I had like straightforward, and I didn't understand the word, but as I started to hang out with people and I started feeling disconnected, and me trying to do things that they were doing and then be the one that got caught. The only one that got caught.
My daughters.
Only one that got caught. And I'm just like, why me? You know, and so there was times where I was always questioning, and there was times where, you know, my mom would have a dream about me. She said, Ashley, I don't know what you're going to do. She said, but you better not do it. Lo and behold, whatever it was, I got in trouble with it. And so that right there showed me that I can't do what the crowd does. You know, and that I'm supposed to be within the crowd, but not of the crowd. You know?
So were you raised in church?
I was raised in church. Oh gosh. Yes, I was raised in church. Even when my mom was sick, I found myself being in church by myself, you know, obviously getting a ride and just sitting there and just kind of soaking in the word, not really understanding what was being brought forth, but I knew that my spirit knew. You know, and so now it's like kind of coming in the manifestation nowadays, you know, and just being a little bit older, and I understand why I was going to church by myself, or I was always the one that loved church. I was there Monday through Friday. If I could do Saturday, I would, you know, it was choir rehearsal of some sort. But yeah, so even just me just loving God at a young age and knowing that I was called at a very young age, not understanding it all, but I knew that God had something over my life, you know, as in the anointing and all that, those good words.
I love it. But I love it because even though our topic is about sin, what I'm about to ask you, or the questions I'm lining up to, definitely are going to lead us to how people can identify with your story. Because we all did not just wake up and we were perfectly pure in God's sight. We had to go through some things. We've committed our own level of sins. We understood, even with the anointing on our lives and sitting on the church pew every day, that we still would commit some level of sin. And we all still will. But there's a difference between understanding what your experience is as a young lady. That's what I want to hone in on. There's a difference between your church when you were younger and the church today. Talk to us about that.
Oh my gosh. So I grew up Pentecostal. And so, you know, there were rules and regulations, you know, can't wear this, can't wear that. And now I would say fast forwarding, I feel more free.
Yeah.
And not necessarily saying that rules and regulations are a problem. Absolutely not. I believe in order. I believe in correction.
Yeah.
I believe that's a form of love.
Yeah.
And just growing up in those times, we actually did like Tarian sessions and, you know, trying to receive the Holy Spirit. And in those days, like I cherish those because I remember them and I remember where I came from.
Yeah.
And even though I was going through those things, trying to live, you know, a holy life, I also suffered in regards to like sinning and, you know, going out when I was supposed to go out. And, you know, my mother told me not to talk to this boy, but I did it anyway, you know. And so I figured out during my course of my life that, you know, it was either God's way or no way at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know,
And still, and that's what I want people to get, that it's okay for us to go through a season.
Absolutely.
We can't stay there though.
Right.
And so when you know at such a young age that you have a call of God on your life, you know that you have a call of God on your life.
Yeah,
there's no way around it. There's no way. You, like you said, you have to change your friends. We want to hold on to the friendships. We want to hold on to the relationships. We don't want to listen to our parents, but we know 100% that there's a call of God on our lives, to the point at times where I used to cry. I didn't know what it was.
Same.
I didn't know what it was. And so we're going to talk more about this because I want other people to understand how effective learning from your sin is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I love it. That's so good.
We're going to talk about how effective learning from your sin is. It's one thing to stay in it, but it's another to learn from it, to grow from it. And now we have what you have right here, Miss Ashley Nicole sitting next to me telling you about it. So you can be the next testimony. We're going to take a music break. And when we come back from this music break, we're going to talk about that. We're going to jump into it. We're going to dive into it. I told you we're going to get a little dirty with this one, okay? So y'all stay tuned. Please, please, please come right back after this music break.
Waking up to the light of a brand new day. Thank you, Lord, what I say when I kneel and pray. So fresh, so clean, now I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Come on. Gripping grain as I'm flipping through the neighborhood. Car clean, music loud, and I'm feeling good. God's son on the plate, so it's understood. It's understood. People pointing at the light like they wanna fight. Yeah, they mad and they say I ain't living right. Come on, y'all, I'm just out there trying to be the light. Trying to be the light. But my walk, my talk, my swag, everything you say make me bad. That's what he gon' use right now today. Yeah, here we go. Might not like how I walk, might can't stand how I talk. I might not be what you thought, but that's okay. I know just what to say when I kneel and I pray. Come on, here we go. He'll make a way for me today. For me today. Waking up, power up, man, let's get it in. Pray for the blessed life now I'm living in. Y'all don't know about the things that I'm up against. Yeah, here we go. On this highway of life, yeah, I'm switching lanes. Moving fast, too fast to remain the same. Watch the road, cause it's slick from the oil and rain. Fake friends really hating at their enemies. All mad cause I'm trying to chase their enemy. I'm just walking in the life that he gave to me. My walk, my talk, my swag, everything you say make me bad. That's what he gon' use right now today. Yeah, here we go. Might not like how I walk, might can't stand how I talk. I might not be what you thought, but that's okay. I know just what to say when I kneel and I pray. He said he'll make a way for me today. Here we go.
Welcome back. We are having an awesome, amazing down dirty topic today. We're talking about sin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, especially for their age group. My age group too. Any age group, really. Any age group.
Exactly.
It's not just an age group specific thing, but we're talking about sin. And we're going to talk on the other side of this conversation about the effectiveness of living without sin, because there's an impact of living without sin. But behind the scenes, you know, I was just kind of pulling on you a little bit because there's so much more there. And I want young women to understand their purpose, but your power and how to get them, the power that you have to get them there. Miss Ashley Nicole is definitely someone to be noticed, not just because of the attire, but because of her heart and her passion to serve. In fact, her last name is Service. Her last name is Service. And so I want you guys to just grab a hold of her testimony, everything that God had for her, and then even the, like I said, the effectiveness of living without sin, why that's so important. So go a little bit into your, you know, this mentorship that you have.
So currently at my job, so how it all started, literally, God gave me a dream, and he showed me basically marrying a bunch of people. And so I was like, okay. And so as I, you know, started this new job, I had this idea, and I'm like, gosh, how do I get it started? You know, where do I go? And so I kept it to myself, and honestly, one of my coworkers was like, hey, do you know anyone who wants to do step? And I like step. I used to step when I was in church. But yeah, so she asked, like, do you know of anyone who wanted to step? And I was just like, oh my gosh, the Lord has literally answered my prayers. Like, you know, and so I told her I did it, and then it really took off from there. And so I started off with 15 girls, and we were kind of doing like a little traveling here and there. But the focus was more so of getting them to understand a motto. And so I made up a motto. It's I love who I am, I'm made with purpose.
I love it.
So and so we have a step with that, and we honestly just kind of stepped through that. And I wanted them to understand that there is a purpose for them. You know, not just living just randomly or just kind of.
I didn't know that.
Oh, right. Well, it's the truth. I'm trying to tell you. And so I really just enjoyed giving them what I didn't have. You know, as I should have when I was younger. And so shout out to my mom, because she was you know, a great help. But even beside or after her, those that were not in my circle, I didn't really have that at school. And so that's kind of the majority of the time that children are at in their life is school, you know, if you really think about it. And so I thought that I could be a leader, you know, within the school system to kind of promote God in a way that they could understand their purpose, you know? So anyway, so the motto, like I said, is I love who I am, I'm made with purpose. And we have a step in. I tell them to speak it loudly, because even though they don't understand it, you know, their spirit does. Do you know what I'm saying? And so
that's good.
By me being able to really recite that to them and let them know, like, hey, you're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose. And so I'm really excited. So now this school year, we're going to be doing community work. So now we're going to be volunteering. So we have it's called Step and Serve. You know, and so we're just going to go into the community, also perform for them, but also show them that, hey, that we can give back, you know, in a way that maybe we weren't able to do before. So.
And see, I love that, because I wasn't aware. I just know that there was something deep down inside of you that people needed to be aware of. Your passion for women and young women to understand the purpose. One, because you didn't have it. And so there's effectiveness with that in the community. And when we talk about the effectiveness of living without sin, there's an impact that sin, you know, kind of, it pushes us into a war zone, if you will.
Oh, God, it does. Even just when you're saying that, I thought of how when I was in situations, I would, like you said, warring, I would really find myself convicted. I would find myself literally crying at the end of whatever I was doing, because in my spirit, I knew that that wasn't of God. And I was out of order, you know, and out of the will, you know? And so when that moment happened, I just was like, God, how do I get back? How do I get back to the place where I once was with you in the very beginning, you know? And so I just knew that living in disobedience was not the will of God. And so, and this is when I was in my teens. You know, and even kind of in some of my adult years, I still had to learn. But I understand the meaning of our relation, me and God. You know, I understand how it is when you're out of the will of God and when you're in the will of God. And my mom always says there's the permissive and there's the perfect will of God. And so I actually was in both, you know, and so I understood that God really was my anchor. You know, and just learning everything. So yeah.
So you mentioned that there are times where you knew you were out of the will of God. So give us an example for someone who may not be able to identify it. I'm sure that we all know when we are, but let's solidify it for them.
Indeed.
Let's go ahead and give them that confirmation that you are.
Yeah, so honestly, it's just when you know that, like, so we have a conscience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have this thing in our mind or within us that halts us.
Yeah.
You know, we know right from wrong, we know left from right. So we're very conscientious of who we are.
Yeah.
And so when we're in a predicament and there's a red flag going on, then that's when you're basically in the wrong.
Yeah.
And so if you know that you're not supposed to be with these people or hanging out or doing whatever, there's always going to be that halt.
Yeah.
But there is a place where you continuously do it and then it becomes where it's no longer there. That
You're
conviction.
numb to it.
Yeah. You're numb to it. Yeah.
And so the way that I utilize that opportunity to teach people is like medication.
Absolutely.
When you're on a certain medication for pain,
that's good.
you know, there's that, you take that 400 milligrams at first, and because you get immune to that 400, you move up to 800, then you move up to hydrocodone, then you move up to something a little bit harder, because whatever it is that you were taking, you're now immune to it. And that's how living in sin is. You know, you have surpassed God's grace for that thing, and now you're operating now all in self, and it's just been a normal cycle for you. So now, when you were set free and you were no longer in sin, and you've overcome that thing, talk about your freedom.
Can I just tell you, I've never experienced as much freedom and love in God as I've ever had. It's like I wake up peaceful, and that's the thing I've struggled with. And I told someone this the other day that I was fighting. I've fought for my peace previously because I was always worried and concerned about, you know, I was in a relationship at the time, worried and concerned about what they're doing, who they're doing it with, and you know, that wasn't like I said. When you're in sin, like you're open to so much adversity, and I had to realize, like, whoa, okay, this is not it. And so, but like I said, me living now, like I wake up like praising the Lord, like it's just really just a different mindset and a perspective that I see myself as a daughter, because I didn't see myself as a daughter. I saw myself more of like an orphan, if you will.
Wow.
You know, and so now I understand living in the way that God told me to, which is a daughter. You know. And so, like I said, free as a bird, but I'm restricted because I set boundaries and I didn't have that before.
That's good. You were very disciplined to do that. You're very disciplined. So take note of that. Start setting boundaries for yourself.
Please do.
Know what you are desiring in the flesh.
Absolutely.
Write it down. Take a journal of it, and make sure that you understand, like, you know, this is what I used to do. If it's for me, it's chocolate. I'm going to tell y'all right now. For me, it's chocolate. I'm not. That's my sin. That's one of them.
I like eating,
but every now and then I have to say, once a month you can only have this, or once a month you can have that. But it starts with baby steps.
It does.
What words of encouragement would you have for someone tonight? And I mean specifically for your age group and below. For your age group, what words do you have as an encouragement?
Definitely let them know that they're not alone. And that God is a God that loves. Regardless of what you do, regardless of where you come from. Listen, I'm telling you, He can bring you from the prison to the palace. He literally can take you out of that situation if you really trust in Him. And you know, I guess that scripture, lean not into your own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He'll direct your path. And that's been like my staple piece. And so I guess finding scriptures and finding what God thinks about you, because I didn't understand, you know?
You know, the most amazing thing that we have right now is modern technology.
Indeed.
Because there were scriptures that I didn't even know exist until I went on to Google. I was feeling a certain type of way, and I would Google something, and I would say, this is how I'm feeling. Give me a scripture on this. Scriptures on happiness, scriptures on love, scriptures on peace, scriptures on, even on how to sleep in peace, scriptures on warfare, scriptures on, and so there's certain things that church can't teach you, but Google can, and YouTube can. I do Bible study sometime on YouTube because I know how important it is. So I just want to thank you so much, because this has been a blessing, and I know that there's so much more in you. We have to have you back.
Indeed.
We have to have you back, because there's so much more there, and I know that the generation now needs someone like you, a warrior like yourself, someone who's experienced it at a young age. Because me trying to tell here's the thing, I'm in the middle. Like I can literally go with the 30 and below, and I can go with the 40 and higher.
Same.
Like that's my gift.
I get it. That's okay. Listen,
that's my gift.
And everybody can do it.
When I was in church, I mean, well, not when I was in church, but the church I was going to, the college and career people would actually invite us to their events, and the others, then we would leave there. My kids would be there, but you know, it's an amazing thing. exciting for you guys to understand the power of sin, the effectiveness of living without sin. I want you guys to grab a hold of everything that Ashley Nicole said today. We're going to have her back. I'm excited about it. But our time is up.
Yeah.
Our time, and time flies when you're having fun.
I know, indeed.
Our time is up. And so I just want to thank you guys for joining another episode. Please, please, please stay tuned. There'll be more episodes to come, and we will see you the next time.
This is a DAB.
La la la. La la la. La la la. La la la. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la. La la la. La la la.
I know I messed up, but I tried. I really need you to. If I had to swallow my pride, now your boy's on fire. Back then didn't want me, now I'm hot all on me. Spirit of God all on me. Ain't got time to be phony. Lift them up just a little bit. MG with another hit. John B all over it. Word of God is my origin.
This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la. La la la. La la la. Who said the church can't swag it out? Watch your boy spit just a little bit. Preacher come down from the pulpit. This one got God all over it. This song got me pure trembling. Yes, I'm filled with love and adrenaline. Even the angels are shivering. My flow cold with Christ moving in. Tic-tac-toe, I'm allowing him. X with I-O and I'm back again. I just reload, let the record spin. I just reload, let the record spin. This vibe here got me out of control. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. Watch me dance just a little bit. La la la. La la la.
When I was 10, I got down on my knees to pray. Lord, if you have a girl, then send her on my way. All I wanna do with my life is love my wife. All I wanna do with my wife is treat her like Christ. Searching for living waters, marriage is not an option. Learning it from my father, spirited of adoption. Mixing it all together, oxygen, no concoctions. That's why loving you right's the only option, yeah? I just gotta give him praise. I just gotta give him praise. I just gotta give him praise. I just gotta give God praise. I'm giving them all fight. I'm leaving them on flight. I'm building these characteristics up all night. I'm playing my cards right, conducting myself like been waiting my whole life for the girl I haven't met yet.
Feels like I've been waiting so long for you, so long. I long for you.
Don't hold back, no resistance. Won't look back, won't go the distance. Love is not a game that I play, 'cause I'm alone.
Hey family, make sure you join us right here on Positive Power 21 every Monday night for our Monday Night Triple Podcast. Reed kicks off the evening at 8 p.m. with Pep Talk with Reed, followed by the Lakeisha Mosley Show at 9 p.m. Then it's Late Night Radio with Jerry Royce Live and Shay Samuels every first and third Monday, and yours truly, Paula G, every second and fourth Monday of the month at 10 p.m. It's a tag team, so join us. Feel the power of the Monday Night Triple Podcast.
What's up, fam? This is Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, aka the Batman of Charm City, right here on Positive Power, XXI Christian Media, and you can find me on Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. That's right. But we just want to remind you guys, you can check us out 24/7 on Spreaker Radio. Just look for Jerry Royce Live, or go to YouTube. You can find us on Music Vision Television. I know you're getting claustrophobic in your home. That's right. No matter where you go in the house, there's probably somebody there watching TV or listening to their iPhone or whatever, and you just can't find no place alone. Well, just plug in your headphones and listen to us. We have over 7,000 on-demand podcasts just waiting for you. That's right, to lift you up. That's right, we got so many programs, and we just want to say shout out to Kimmy Kim and Elation Radio. So just come and tune in to Positive Power, XXI Christian Media. I got it. Positive Power, XXI Christian Media, and Elation Radio right here. That's right, right here on Spreaker Radio, or go to Spotify and Google any one of your favorite shows. That's right. We got Pep Talk with Free, you got the Lakeisha Mosley Show, Late Night with Jervis Live and Paula G, and Shay Samuel, and Kelly Holland. Also, we got brand new shows like WKHS, our podcast with Live Jazz Experience. So many shows, just to name a few. So come out and join us and have a great time with us. I'm Jerry Royce Live. I'm worldwide on Positive Power, XXI. Feel the power. Can you feel it? Feel it. Feel the power of XXI.
We need your glory. We need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. We need your glory. We need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. Show me your glory. Show me your glory today. We need your glory. We need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. We need your glory, yeah. And we need your power. We need your presence to fill this place. Glory. We need your glory. Show me, show me, show me. Yeah.
We're grateful for who God is. That list of names given, holy and mighty and all of that, that's just the beginning of things. When Jesus was jousting with the Pharisees, Jesus made it clear to them that when you start talking about me, you're talking about something that surpasses Abraham. Because before Abraham was, he said, my name is I am. In other words, when you open up the book to look at all of the good things that a person can possibly be mighty and triumphant and awesome and holy, he says that that's just the beginning of it. He had to close the book when trying to describe himself and just said, I am. Start your roll of names of all the things I am. That's just the beginning. There is no single word that encompasses all that God is. That's why when you are on his side, when you make a commitment to him, you can't possibly lose. Because he just am. Not was, that would signify that at some point he started being that, and at some point he might stop being that. He says, go back to the beginning of time, and the page before that, I still am. Go off into the future, and I am. I just always am. I'm not confined to any space of time. I'm not just one picture. I'm the whole movie. I go back before the movie starts. I just am. That's why in John, where he says, in the beginning was the Word, it really isn't in the beginning. There's no definite article the there in the manuscripts. It simply is in beginning was the Word. And the reason for that is if you had in the beginning, it would signify at a specific point in time, the beginning, the Word was. But when you take out the definite article the, it just says in beginning before.
Hi, I'm Jerry Royce. I am the director and creator of Who I Am, the docuseries. This is a series that will be part of Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide and produced by Paula G. of Atlanta, Georgia. I want to introduce these gentlemen that have found their way into my studio, and they allowed me to point my cameras and my microphones at them. I gave them an opportunity to tell a story, be transparent with you and the world. I wanted them to tell us where they came from, where they're going, what was their journey like growing up as a child in America, or wherever they came from, with or without a father. What's their story? And tell it from your heart. In my opinion, America doesn't know us that well. Never gave men of color a chance to tell their own story on TV, movies, in a courtroom, or books. It's always told by someone else, someone who never walked in our shoes, or they wait till we were dead to tell it for us. America and the world has always been so disturbed, perplexed about us. It's painted an ugly painting of us. America's gotten the story all wrong. That's not men of color. Wrong story, America. She has a nose in too many other people's business to get it right. So we're going to tell our own story. We're more than gifted athletes and musicians and rappers, thugs, or dancers. We are so rich with history. We're strong, we're wise, we're professional. We are inventors, innovators, discoverers, employers, influencers, businessmen, stockholders. We're investors, leaders, and community advocates. Doctors, lawyers. We are builders of things. We're writers, directors, creators, producers, actors. We're brothers and fathers. We're grandfathers. And we take care of our communities and our businesses. We raise our little girls and our little boys. We love our moms and our dads and our grandparents. And we take care of them. America never gets that story. So right here on Who I Am, the docuseries, Jerry Royce Live is going to allow these men of color, to tell their own story to America and to the world. This series will be ongoing right here on Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. So please share and tell everybody about who I am. Hope this will be motivating and you feel the power of who I am. Feel the power.
Who is Reginald Gant? Reginald Gant actually is a man of many dreams. Currently, right now, I'm a husband. I'm a father to 3 beautiful children. I'm a mentor. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just somebody who's just trying to do the right thing for his family, for himself. I'm a man that's fighting to be better than mediocre, to show my children that you can actually have what you want out of life. So who is Reginald Gant? Reginald Gant is a lot of things. I'm someone who lives by a motto, and my motto is serve, and serve stands for to seek excellence, respect, value every day. Every day I want to be excellent. Every day I want to give respect and I want to receive respect. Every day I want to show value. I want to add value to somebody's life. I would love if people added value to my life. And I want to do these things daily. So who is Reginald Gant? I'm all of the above. I'm a child of God. I would not be able to do anything that I do without the Lord and Savior blessing me. I thank God for choosing me, for saving me, for all the things that I do. I'm a Baltimore native, born and raised. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I come from the product of a single parent household. My parents were married when I was born. They divorced at an early age for me, so I was raised by my mom. I grew up in Northeast Baltimore. I grew up in the area where they said statistically that I wasn't supposed to make it. Reginald Gant became a father at 19. A lot of people here wrote me off. A lot of people said that I wouldn't finish college. A lot of people said that, I basically ruined my life. And I sit before you today proud to say, obviously, I graduated college. I graduated cum laude. I'm a husband. I'm successful. My wife and I, we own several businesses. We have 3 beautiful children. And who knows where God is taking us. So Reginald Gant is an overcomer. I'm a fighter. I started from the bottom. And I just truly believe that with hard work, with patience, with God's grace and mercy on your side, that you can achieve anything that you want, because Reginald Gant is just getting started in life. Like, I haven't even scraped the tip of the iceberg as to all of the things that I plan to accomplish on this earth. So Reginald Gant is excited. Reginald Gant is also somebody who gets afraid. It's hard when you want so much and you want it so soon, and you have to be patient. So Reginald Gant is somebody who, honestly, somebody who cries at night, somebody who does have doubt sometimes, who is anxious at times, but I'm a fighter, and I fight for my family, and I fight for myself, and I fight for everybody around me, because when I get blessed, I can turn around and be a blessing to other people. So I have to keep going. I'm a child of God. I'm a husband. I love it. My wife and I, we're coming up on our first year of marriage. We got married in May, and right away we had a baby. Went on our honeymoon. We went away to Bermuda. The water was so blue. The food was so good. You come back pregnant. So if you're watching this right now, be careful if you go to Bermuda. You will come back with a baby. So I'm a husband, and it's interesting, because it's no longer just me. It's we. It's no longer what I want to do. It's really about, what's in the best interest of my wife, what's in the best interest of my family. And I have to make different decisions. So Reginald Gant is somebody who's growing. I'm learning, I fail. It's okay to fail. I fail, I make mistakes. I try to correct those mistakes early and often. And you get up and you dust your stuff off. So that sums up Reginald Gant, a man of many dreams, out to serve the masses. I'm out to teach other people how to seek excellence, respect, and value every day. Reginald Gant is also an author. This right here, my book, it's on Amazon. Serve Yourself to Greatness. This is one of my proudest accomplishments, along with having my daughter, along with graduating from college. God gave me a dream in 2009, and in the dream, all he said was serve. I had no idea what it meant, so I just wrote it down. A couple of years later, God gave me what SERVE stood for, the acronym: Seek Excellence, Respect, Value every day. Still didn't know what it meant. Wrote it down. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. And then God revealed to me that SERVE is going to be my life's calling. I have to serve. I have to seek excellence, respect, and value every day for myself. But God has also called me to do the same thing for other people. I have to serve other people. So my wife and I, we serve in many different capacities. We serve through our companies. We serve through marriage. We serve through being children. We serve through being siblings. We serve in our community. We serve in our church. So we are all called to serve. And I started an organization called Serve LLC. And it's my goal to teach other men, young men my age, men that are a little bit more mature than I am, to seek excellence, respect, and value every day. Women have a lot of empowerment groups, a lot of empowerment programs, a lot of things going on. And oftentimes what you find is that the man is left out, neglected. The man doesn't have anywhere to turn. So the man has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he doesn't have an outlet. He doesn't have anybody to talk to. So my organization is going to be kind of like a safe haven where men can come together. We can have conversation, we can have food, we can encourage one another, we can pray for one another. And I plan to roll out some training curriculums and some workshops and things of that nature where I can partner with other programs and teach other young men to serve, and possibly even partner with women-based programs and young lady-based programs, and talk about, you know, things from a male's point of view. So maybe overall, I can see myself and my wife coming together actually and teaching people how to serve together as a family, how to serve together as husband and wife, how to serve together as father and daughter, as mother and son, how to serve in your church. So serve is a huge part of what myself and my wife do, and that's 100% of what Reginald Gann is out to do. That's who Reginald Gann is, if I could sum it up. What do people need to know about Reggie Gann? Reggie Gann is hard on the exterior. When you see him, I might not always be smiling. Some people say that I have the straight face, you know. I'm always of a serious demeanor, but in actuality, Reggie Gann is a big goofball. I like to play. I like to clown. I like to laugh around. I like to joke. I like to have fun. I like to help people, but I'm also a person that's about his business. Reggie Gann is somebody that's gonna hold you accountable. You know, if you tell Reggie Gann that you're gonna do something, I'm expecting you to do it. Reggie Gann is somebody who values his time, and I don't let people waste mine, and I don't like for me to waste anybody else's time. So Reggie Gann is gonna value time. He's gonna hold you accountable. He's gonna have fun with you. You know, he's gonna be real with you. At the end of the day, if I really truly call you friend or family, Reggie Gann is going to be there for you. If you are in need, I will help any way that I can. So that's what you need to know about Reggie Gann. My purpose is definitely to serve. The title of my book, Serve Yourself to Greatness. My purpose is to teach as many people as possible how to serve yourself to greatness. How do you do it? It starts by what's in the mind. The Bible says, as a man thinks, so is he. So what are your thoughts? My purpose is to help people focus on their thoughts. My book is a book about affirmations. I'm a huge believer in speaking life over yourself, over your family, over your children, over your job, over your situations. I'm just a huge advocate of speaking life in general. So my purpose is to aspire and inspire as many people as possible to speak as much life and as much positivity over themselves and their loved ones as possible. Wake up every day and tell yourself, you know, hey, I am successful. Abundance is mine. Today I'm gonna have a great way. Money is attracted to me. Successful people are attracted to me. I am great. I am destined to do great things. My child is amazing. My child will be a straight A student. My child will get into the college of his or her dreams. My son will make a great husband. My daughter will make a great wife. Affirmations like this, if you believe it or not, if you speak those things over yourself, over your family, over your loved ones, you'll drastically start to see things change. So my purpose is to help everybody else to seek excellence, respect, and value every day, to help everybody else to serve. Is Reggie Gann misunderstood? Absolutely. At times. A lot of people, if you really judge a book by its cover, or you judge somebody by their first impression, a lot of people would get me wrong. I do have the serious face, but that's just my natural face. I have a beautiful smile. When I do smile, but a lot of people do misunderstand my sternness, and they take it the wrong way. I'm actually a very caring individual. So yes, I am misunderstood, but I'm not a mean person. I'm not an arrogant person. I'm just not a person that's just gonna allow you to make excuses. I'm not a person that's just gonna not hold you accountable. So people misunderstand me all the time. People think that I'm serious, that I might be high and mighty and things of that nature. Or I might be preaching to the choir, but at the end of the day, I'm just a person that's just out to help you become better. If you told me that you wanted to become better and you put that out into the atmosphere, at that point, I feel that it's my duty to hold you accountable. So a lot of people, they get mad at you when you actually hold them to the fire the way that they ask you to. So am I misunderstood? I would say yes, sometimes, but not all the time. Is it okay? Absolutely, because if you really get to sit down and have a conversation with me, spend time with me, be around me and my family, you would definitely see that I'm as genuine as they come. I'll give you the shirt off my back, and I'll help you in any way possible. And oftentimes I just do it because that's what God has called me to do.
Anything is possible, nothing's impossible. He can do improbable, my God is all powerful. Anything is possible, nothing's impossible. He can do improbable, my God is powerful.
Not impossible. God said, let's go. Let's get it lit. Give God the glory. Dance all night. Let's make it quake. People praise his name, cause you don't know my story. See, you don't know the struggles that I've been through. Wanna praise him through, dance, give God his due. Hold them hands up high, cause we too lit. Got them Christians on the floor, now we too legit for Christ. Somebody stand up and give Jesus praise. Put them hands in the air. All the glory to you, Jesus. See, God's raising up a new army. Those who love to praise him through worship and dance. Where my crunk soldiers at? Let's make it quick. Have your way, Lord. Let go. 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 Pastor Mike say we need to stay relevant. All this 808 bass must be heaven sent. We taking over rap for the kingdom's sake, giving Jesus praise in a major way. So close your eyes, let the spirit just take control. All your problems, all your worry, you can let go. Praise God through the beat, on fleet. The regime stay intact, we don't play cheap. Let go, to let God, to let go, to let God, to let go, to let God, to let go, to let God. My God is all powerful. Anything is possible. Nothing's impossible. He can do improbable. My God is powerful.
God's raising up a new army through worship and dance.
Yeah. Northwest Sky Movement. What up, homie? Damon Days. Talk to him real quick.
Put the water in the wood, it's guaranteed. The flames coming from the Lord, let me tell it, G. The word static ignites when made habit. Got me up all night, been writing me more chapters. Jesus over Midas, no gold and no rapture. Miracles alone, I'm sober right after. What he did for me, nah. What he did for you, what he did up on that cross. Ain't a loss, get your food. Maintaining your own lane, no shame in the game, and pride in one name. Jesus the homemade, get me through the range of the horse like Olay. Man, it's been 4 days, 3 more. Make it a process and 7 the number completion. Yes, I've been reading, we don't need no locksmith. Heart is open when he spoke it, it's guaranteed. He made me proud when he stuck it to the Pharisee. He made a fire and we didn't need no kerosene. They follow Bell, now it's looking but embarrassing. My God, I'm cherishing love to the Most High. I'll bring it to the stage just to show you when it's no lie. They said it's just a phase, well that's coming from a closed mind. And these days, hey yo, prophet, let's get it. We roll, you know his name right. We roll, that kingdom life hype. We roll, you gotta stay right. Rolling with my God Almighty. We roll, you know his name right. We roll, that kingdom life hype. We roll, you gotta stay right. Rolling with my God Almighty. Let's go. Fired up, no high like the Most High. My light live, no high like the Most High. Turn my light up, no high like the Most High. Put your hands up if you ride for the Most High.
Yeah, man. I love this thing, man. It's kingdom culture.
Woo, ain't nothing like it. Hey, yo, let me share something real quick, though. Let me off the leash, I'm walking in my faith barking. I be bragging on my God like your girl jocking. And your man watching, hoping we can get it sparking. I'm not the sparring, Leonidas, I'm a Spartan. Let's get it popping, the streets is something like my office. Homie, regardless, I'm taking dubs, never losses. I'm not a novice, your lack of faith makes me nauseous. I was dead, now I'm fresh up out the coffin. You know the topic, lifting him up, I pay him homage. He is the promise, son of the Most High God, he flawless. You see, we on it, ain't nothing you can do about it. We pray these lyrics hit you so you'll never have to doubt them. Yeah, see the kingdom's what he's giving you. Yeah, so it's kingdom when I come through. Real talk, you can be just like them dumb dudes, but we saved over here, never get it confused. Now you feel it? This is more than rap lyrics. Don't just bob your head, keep this in your spirit. We got the word of life, ain't no way we can conceal it. So when we come on, you know the realest gotta feel it. Let's go.
We roll, you know his name right. We roll, that kingdom life hype. We roll, you gotta stay right. Rolling with my God Almighty. We roll, you know his name right. We roll, that kingdom life hype. We roll, you gotta stay right. Rolling with my God Almighty.
Let's go.
Fired up, no high like the Most High. My light live, no high like the Most High.
Turn my light up,
no high like the Most High.
Put your hands up if you ride for the Most High.
Show them how to move the word. This is our life crucified with Christ. Bear witness to the truth. Be transformed. Every day.
Crucified
sense in my head. I got a 12 gauge pump loaded right beside my bed. Evil been consuming in the chambers of my head. Wicked in my heart, look at all the souls that I fed. I'm surprised they ain't dead, cause I wanna be dead. I'm begging for a savior, but I'm still trapped in my sin. I cry out to you, the devil pull me back in. Too far in, I'm drowning deep. Every drink that I sip, every night that I grill. Man, my soul is so sick, like a blind man. I've been feeling seclusion. Conclusion is hell, man, and it's not an illusion. I wanna breathe fresh air, cause my mouth is pollution. So much confusion. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, until my last breath. Crucify me with Christ, give me life, breathe your spirit into these dry bones. I've been trying to make it on my own for so long. Give me life, give me life, give me life. Crucify me with Christ, give me life, give me life, give me life, give me life. For you to say depart from me, gotta make it to heaven. It's 4 hours past 11, really needing a reverend. It's the hour of witchcraft, folks speaking it on me. Life over gangster, feeling so cold and lonely. They say they my homies, but then they switching up on me. In the studio, working for Satan. I need to turn from this life, spiritually dead, and I'm begging for life. Don't trust myself or anyone, big stab with a knife. I'm at war with my flesh, and I ain't winning this fight. Can you hear me down here? Can you save me tonight? I'm submitting to you, I've had enough of this life. Here I am, crucify me with Christ. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, until my last breath. Crucify me with Christ, give me life, breathe your spirit into these dry bones. I've been trying to make it on my own for so long. Give me life, give me life, give me life. Crucify me with Christ, give me life, give me life, give me life, give me life.
Submit your life to Jesus Christ, to the will of the Father. Judgment awaits. There's a lake of fire and there's a kingdom of heaven. Which side of the fence are you on? In Jesus' name, give your life to Christ.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just got to admit how good you be. Just the way you're holding it down for me. And there is no other love out there for me. You just keep bringing out the best in me. Oh, I gotta tell somebody. Just how good you've been to me. Despite all my issues and all of my problems. Cause when I need you, you do the impossible. You always be there with me, no matter where I go. Cause you're a good, 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 good God. That's all I'm trying to say. You're a good, 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 good. She keep on making a way for me. You're a good, 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 good God. Good God, good God. Good, 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 good. You open doors and keep making ways for me. I once was blind, but because of you, I see. Over and over, you supply my needs. You pick me up out of the Mari Bay, set me up on the ride to stay. See, I'm trying to tell somebody. Despite of my issues, and all of my problems, when I need you, you be there all the time. It's just a privilege just to say you're a friend of mine. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Can't find nobody no better nowhere. You never left me alone, you stay right there. That's how I know you care. You stay being good to me, even when I'm acting shady, yeah. Yeah, yeah. By you understanding me, it feels so good, it's crazy, yeah. Yeah. I just wish I had one witness. that knows what I'm talking about. He's a good God, good God. And there's nobody like him. Can't nobody do me like Jesus. I don't know nobody. Good God. Yeah, yeah. I serve a mighty good God. Yeah. I serve a mighty good God. Yeah. I serve a mighty good God. Yeah. A good God. Good God.
I got this now. Yeah. Yeah. Spiritual warfare, baby. There's a war out here. You fight with the wrong utensils. Yeah. It's all in your mind, baby.
Can you imagine having no bragging about toe tagging, faux madams, those cags, and we need no more bastards from Alaska to